Bo, and Iris, you are flying on dragons, and coming into view, you see this sort of idyllic picture. This sort of castle-like town in the center of a large lake, surrounded by badlands and shrublands, red clay in the distance. You can see what looks to be maybe some dust storms in the distance. But this spot here seems unaffected by it all. It's quite peaceful here. You begin to fly down towards it as the town of Infernia comes into view. You can see that there doesn't appear to be any savage beasts. There doesn't appear to be any sort of horrific dragon that is boiling the landscape around it. But as you get closer to it, there is this strange sense of... It almost feels a little bit like something is draped across your skin or your membrane.
Does it feel magical in nature?
You can give me an insight. Open check.
That's a 6.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
You're not quite sure what to make of it. But there is a sort of strange sensation for a moment. This idyllic setting that you were looking at, unassuming, sort of boring almost, begins to change as you approach. You can see that there are people moving about down in this town. There's wonderful smells now. You can smell what appears to be probably dinner. There's activity here. Everything seemed very boring and nondescript a moment ago. But now you can see magic around this place. You can see magic dancing around the towers. You can see dragons perched on these turrets along the walls, eyeing the flight that is now making its way towards what appears to be a rookery, a landing area for these dragons. As you begin to approach this tower, you can see another tower in this town, one that is larger and is clearly enshrouded by various forms of sigildry, runes, and magic. As the Ashwing Vanguard lands, you can now see inside this rookery. It's fairly clean, but this is where dragons seem to land and are sort of taken care of. Barding is removed, etc. You can see various kinds of barding hung up in this place. There's scratch marks in the stone where the dragons have landed, and their power has carved into the very stone itself. You can see that there's big troughs of like food and water that are around, and the dragons immediately dig in and go to town once they are landed. as the vanguard begins to disembark. They begin to help you down as you can hear some of the attendants rushing up.
Where is the rest of the vanguard?
The Commander Valeth Pyrescourge, gets off and looks at this attendant.
Gone. Ignorian?
A completely dead-looking face is set on this man. His expression is devoid of any joy, any emotion, aside from grief.
He has fallen.
The attendant is immediately taken aback, doesn't seem to know how to react. And the commander says,
Notify the Maleficanum. Archmagister Zera needs to know.
I will let Archmagister Kadesh know.
Tend to the dragons. Get some more attendants here. We have wounded.
Yes, sir. Attendants begin to assist the other vanguard and their dragons. One attendant makes their way over towards you. Let me help you down. It's a woman, probably in her teens.
Thank you.
I just kind of rip off the dragon.
Oh, you've brought something with you. Oh, let me get him up.
Oh, no, he's just very tired.
Ugh.
It squeaked!
Ah! Oh, she squeaked!
He is a person.
That's
a
right.
slime, but a person.
The slime. I'm very personable. Most days.
It's talking!
Mm-hmm. I can also,
I've never seen a
No, I
mellow
can't
ooze
sing.
look like this!
What'd you call me?
A mellow ooze?
A mellow ooze. I'll have you know, I'm a slime, not an ooze, okay? Get your facts right.
Alright.
Do you have a
Don't be
bucket?
afraid. He is a rarity, but he is quite kind.
We have buckets.
He
A
loves
pail
buckets.
will be better.
A pail?
Mm-hmm, a metal bucket.
She's gone pale, by the way. They just have, they have some metal pails, some simple. It's a very common thing here for sure. She'll bring one over. Is this good? Oh, there's a smell.
Oh, that is only because we have been through quite a lot today. He's absorbed a lot of aromas.
Of the day. You kind of see inside the pail now, the blue of bow, maybe a very faint smiley face, kind of like forms like the skin of a custard, but his face and his features still haven't formed. I've got no mind points.
Oh. That's... Oh, alright. Well, for now, won't you follow me?
Our other friend, the injured one. Is there somewhere safe we can take him?
She's kind of looking around. One of the other vanguards is still here. You recognize Cadet Riven, looking a bit shell-shocked.
Avandra? Yes, Cadet Daska. Avandra, sorry, it must have slipped the commander's mind. Can you please, I need you to help. They have another wounded.
Oh, yes. I'll call some of the others to help. We will find something to carry him.
Yes, that would be good.
Thank you.
You all right?
Is this addressed to us?
Yeah.
I purse my lips and I just look towards them and nod, but my face definitely betrays the fact that I said I was okay just now. Do you need help?
Oh, no, this, I will be fine. Physic, he only took a few scratches. The attendants here are they're very capable. Some squires in training. This is where I was taught here as well. The commander is don't worry, the commander is very capable. He will be fine. And I'm sure I'm sure the mages here at Maleficarum will be able to help your friend.
Does the cadet look as though they are injured?
Make an insight. There's no, you don't see any blood or anything on his face.
That's a 9.
I think it's kind of hard for you to really judge anything. There's no visible injuries. Let's put it that way.
Well, if you change your mind and you do need any help as well, let me know. We'd be happy to help. And, today was very hard, but you did very well.
We are one of the premier fighting forces in Milifax. It is
One of the what?
Premier fighting.
He's so
units.
quiet.
we excuse me.
He walks away from you. Walks over to his dragon. You can see the attendants sort of removing the barding and such. His dragon, he sort of gold, gold dragon, lean and sort of smaller than much of the others, with some blue accents. You can see the demeanor of this dragon, probably not about what you'd expect, sort of reflecting a bit of his mood.
Are there any sort of injuries that are visible on the dragon itself, or?
You can probably see like a few scales have been damaged on the creature.
I'll try and walk up, and I'll look over towards. It was Riven, right? Or was it Daska?
Yeah, the cadet. It seems like Daska's their last name.
Right. Daska, if you'd be okay, I have a little bit of magic left. I could, and I'll gesture towards their dragon.
Oh, Physic. Is it alright if this one uses magic on you?
You can see the dragon sort of like turn itself. Still about the size of like.
Horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's still the size of like a Clydesdale, you know, like that draft horse size kind of creature. So still, it's a little intimidating. You know, it turns its like long head towards you. You can see it just watching you.
I try to hold myself straight, despite my exhaustion, knowing that confidence is probably very good in this moment, as beasts can kind of sense fear. And I'll try and reach a hand out to cast heal.
Okay, make an insight and willpower check first. Open check.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, the dragon's definitely watching you do this. But you approach it, you know, calmly, and you don't make any sudden moves or anything. This is a trained creature, but it is still a very deadly and scary beast. And you begin to heal. What do you think this looks like in this moment?
In my other hand, I have my staff apparate. And with the one that is not holding my staff, I reach out over one of the scales that appears to be scratched, broken off, injured, and a pale light glows from my hand, flowing from the crystal on my staff that is also pulsating with energy in that opalescent familiar lighting. And the wound slowly begins to close up. I take my time placing my hands over, or my hand over each one of the ones that I can see. And as soon as I'm done, I step back and give the creature its space.
Physic, look at this. How do you feel?
You feel
What do
this,
I hear?
You feel this like rumble through this creature's like body. It's not quite a growl, but if you've ever seen like any, I guess like big cats make various kinds of noises, it's something in between that and like maybe like some of the noises that owls make when they're happy. Something like
what
in
did
between.
It say?
It says. It says.
Yes, that's nice.
He said, "Yes, that's nice."
Oh,
You understand physic?
Mm-hmm. Well, dragon.
Is this something that you can do with all creatures?
I don't know. I have metal creatures.
Interesting.
Hmm.
This is a very rare gift.
Oh, if you say so. Sorry, I've got the biggest headache, but I'll tell you what. Is there anything you've ever wanted to tell your dragon and it knows that, you know, whatever? Or no, not that, like that. Sorry, head broken, head bendy, swimmy.
I usually just speak to Physic when I want to say anything to him.
And he understands you 100%. I could tell him something
There's
in
more.
his language.
There's more like grumbling.
I understand sometimes, but humans are hard to... Humans are hard to read.
Why is that? I say in owlish, kind of cat-like dragon speak.
Sometimes their smells don't match what is on their faces.
He says you shouldn't bath as much.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I said.
Well, that way you can smell him better, and that way you know what's in his face and it smells the same thing. It's the same thing, right?
There's like a growl that's bubbling up from Physic now.
I back away. Well, I am glad that Physic is feeling better. I'm not able to have the area regrow, but at least the wounds are closed for now.
Thank you for that. That is most kind. I must see the commander. We are to be debriefed, I assume, and you will be too soon. Once you are looked after.
Perhaps you should be looked after as well. Just in case.
I am fine. This one, he smells different than the words.
Which one? Who's he looking at right now?
He's looking towards Cadet Riven.
Ooh. Well, I can't really whisper. The way I talk is I kind of vibrate like a subwoofer. But like, how far away is Riven?
Oh, I imagine. I mean, if you got put in a bucket, you're probably right nearby. A
Okay.
few feet away.
I just go, is that so? Or
I do not mince words.
Well, thank you for the heads up.
You smell strange.
I can change how I smell. Watch. And I start to smell like
Oh no, we need to
sulfur.
check for this. Let's see. This is going to be might and
You need to check to fart, bro?
willpower.
might and willpower. Open or roll?
Open.
Might and willpower.
Yeah, I think you try to smell like sulfur, and it's not quite there. It's something like in between asparagus and methane.
As long as it changes, that's all that matters. Because I've got 0 mind points right now. I can barely even a sentence a form.
If you smell like that around me, I will go elsewhere.
Okay, I try and change my smell again.
Okay, what do you try to smell like this time?
Hand sanitizer.
Okay, make another open check.
Might and willpower. 13.
I do not know what that smell is, but it smells like whatever it is that they use to clean this place.
It's the best. Can't get germs this way.
I prefer the scent of musk.
What kind of musk?
The greatest kind.
You mean dragon musk, don't you?
musk.
Ah, how did I guess? Can I smell like dragon musk? I mean, I'm a chimerist, so maybe I could try.
Can always
Can
try.
I try smelling like dragon musk?
Can always try.
7.
That smells like cat piss.
I mean, it's very difficult, you know, dragon musk and cat piss, you know, it's like the same side of the same coin, really. It's just, you know, like, pits or piss, you know? That's what they say back in the old, I just stay spinning like cat piss, I guess, for a while. I can't really argue with that.
I think Riven and I are just glancing between the two, between Bo and between Physic, like, huh? And then, like, the different scents assault our nostrils, and as soon as he smells like piss, I'm like, ah!
Ugh. It is horrible. What is that? Physics.
Oh, apparently.
Did you?
Oh,
Perhaps we should all go to some sort of infirmary and get checked out.
What's the matter?
It smells terrible. Ugh.
Oh, we don't know what we just breathed in, Riven. You should get checked out too.
Make an insight and willpower. Open check.
I am gonna use a Fabula point. I don't want them to be hurt. And so I'm gonna go ahead
With
and
what reasoning?
smiling. I'm trying to convince them.
Okay, what trait?
Please come with us. My smiling trait.
You have a smiling trait?
Yeah,
It's just
for
smiling?
social interactions.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Smiling. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sure, reroll.
I'm allowed?
Yeah.
Wait. Do I use a Fabula point in here, or do I use my Lucky 7? I'm gonna use Lucky 7 instead, my Entropist thing. Instead, I have a lucky number at the beginning of a session. That lucky number is always 7 unless I swap it with something, like how I'm doing now. I'm gonna go ahead and swap that 1 for a 7, so that's gonna be a 12.
Okay. You can change just one of the dice? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now you got to bank that. You got a 1.
My 1.
Yep.
Save it to fail later, let's go.
Yep. All right. Okay. And he says, fine. Let's go.
Perfect.
Well, in that case, I want to use a Fabula point to change the narrative.
I don't
In
smell
what
like
way?
this.
Dragons love the smell of cat piss, and they hug cats.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not Physic, but one of the other dragons, let's say it's Grolma, the scout sort of red dragon. This one's a much beefier dragon. This one starts to, like, you see its head like peek over like one of the stalls and just
Hi there, big boy. I say to the dragon, and then I try and not smell like cat piss anymore. But now I have a weapon up my sleeve because I know that it attracts dragons.
all right. You use the Fabula point for that, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, don't forget to oh no, you didn't use yours, Iris. Okay. Yeah. So the attendants
Trust
and
me.
Cadet Riven sort of walk you over to a different room here. This is kind of like looks like a medic area. It's kind of it's not the same. It's not like a doctor's office or anything. There's just kind of like some beds that are here. There's Anders has been placed here. And you can see that there is what appears to be like a lots of herbs and stuff are hung up, and then there's also like there's potions and things that are on the counter of varying colors, and you can see like weird magical effects, like the liquids sort of turning on their own and changing colors, and there's probably a few that look a little volatile. You know, they're just kind of jiggling on the counter, and like they're, you know, they've got like a cork in them, and there's probably like a few that have just some strange smoke that's coming up from them. There's also like what appears to be a I think like man, I'm trying to think how many beds are in here. Probably like 10 beds. And like yeah, there's, I think, what you'd expect. I mean, this is like a very rudimentary hospital like area, an infirmary almost, you know. And yeah, Enders is on one of the beds. You can see two of the other dragon riders are on the beds as well. Yeah, Cadet Riven walks over to this person that's tending to everybody, and he says, hello, Juliana, should probably get checked out as well, and I think they need some rest. Has the commander been in? No, he has not been in. Take a seat, all of you.
Thank you. And I'll try and kind of gravitate near Enders. I'm surprised he hasn't woken up yet.
Yeah. Okay, Cadet. And she begins to, you can see she begins to like check out Cadet Riven, who's sort of he's being helped by one of the attendants just to remove his armor and stuff. He's got various straps, and again, this isn't like full plate. There's like it's like strategic plate for areas that you know, aren't moving a lot. So like the shoulders and like the chest, he's fine. But like his arms aren't like fully covered in armor or anything. He doesn't have to take too much of it off. He's got what appears to be some like chainmail and stuff and some leathers underneath. Yeah. There's just like a moment where once the cadet is checked out, this medic who has been spoken to, addressed as Juliana, she makes her way over towards you, and she says, "Is this a slime?"
Hi.
Yes, but a slime that is sentient and kind and very funny, and
Kind of what?
What?
Kind of what?
Like as in nice, kind?
Ah, okay.
All right. I don't know how to treat it.
I do.
What?
He just needs some rest, I think, at this point.
I'd love some bucket time. Do you have a lid?
Do you have anything to drape over the bucket
Okay.
for
And
some
Maybe
food?
a
She gets
chair
like a
leg?
she gets like a blanket and just kind of like just, you want it dark?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, right? Yeah.
You have any broken furniture?
No.
Ah, well,
We'll find you something, don't worry.
okay.
And she just kind of drapes like a blanket and just kind of throws it over the bucket. She doesn't even
Ooh.
really want to get super close to you, Bo. She just kind of like, you know, she tosses the blanket partially onto the bucket.
Okay.
Have you seen to my friend here yet? And this is not me rushing you, this is me just asking if you have. and I'm looking towards Enders. I have a hand on the bed.
Let's check you out first.
Right.
Okay.
Ah.
She begins to check. I don't need to see your tongue. Why are you showing me your tongue?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you bite it when you were flying?
No. It's no. I'm fine, and I'll just kind of make myself available for examination. I don't know what she wants to look at.
Yeah. You do the Vitruvian man pose, the fucking Leonardo da Vinci Vitruvian man pose. Yeah. No, she's just like she's like, what are you doing?
I just wanted to make it easy for you to.
Okay, well, did you get cut anywhere, or where did you get hurt?
I mean, if looking at my hand at the moment, I've expended so much mana and like MP today that it's leaving actual arcane markage on my hands, like we talked about. I think this is about it.
Oh. Well, yes, you have quite a bit of mana circuit damage here. You strained yourself too many times. Well, we have an elixir, but I'm not going to give that to you. You need to rest.
That's fair.
You need to stop using your mana for right now.
Okay.
Look, your friend there. Your friend there. She points to Enders. I looked at him first when they brought him in. I thought he was dead at first. But I think he might still be alive. I am no spiritist, but I know how to fix battlefield injuries and such. It looks like his jaw was badly broken, and he might have brain damage. He was hit very hard in the head, it seems. At the very least, he has a bad concussion. I think he's breathing, but it is very shallow. Bad.
Are there any spiritists here in Infernia?
Yes, there are. In the Maleficarnum.
Is that the large tower?
The Academy, yes.
All right. Do you think he has time? Do you think I need to seek help right now?
I don't know. I think one of them needs to take a look. I sent one of my attendants to the Maleficanum to bring a spiritist here, but he does not look good.
Thank you.
Even magic can't cure everything.
And I look at the veins on my hand, kind of ball it up into a fist. Right.
You're not the first person with, well, mana circuit strain.
You call it a circuit?
Yes.
Interesting.
You're not familiar? You're able to cast spells and you don't understand how?
I sort of just rely on my body and soul to tell me what to do. I don't know.
You're just naturally talented then.
I don't know. I just really hope deeply for something to happen. And it does.
Well, I'm sure the people of the Maleficarnum will know more, but I studied there for a little while before I was kicked out.
What did you do?
It's not what I did, it's what I didn't do. They're very strict there, and if you do not have certain talents, if you do not have a certain disposition, they will not allow you to continue.
I'm sorry.
For what? You don't know me. And I don't know you. Or is this just blind empathy?
I tend to care about people.
Nelendrath Elf. Hmm?
Correct.
Well, I wonder if your people really thought about what was happening when they...
When they what?
She smiles, and she says, never mind.
No, but I was not... I don't know how to exactly explain it, but I was not present for... until recently.
You're a hero, aren't you?
That's what everybody keeps calling us.
Well, much like many of the people here in Malefax, this war has claimed many lives. It's over now, they say. But there are consequences for everything. My brother and my aunt are consequences.
And Alandrath is to blame.
One of the countries to blame, I think. They were killed in the battle there. Who knows who is right when it comes to this Emberstone? But I will
will say that the people of the tower are greatly affected by the loss of the Emberstone. Many of the magics that keep this place hidden from the creatures that live here will be losing its power. I do not know how much longer Infernia will be here.
It's horrible.
Consequences. You could say that we have used Emberstone too much here in Midifax, or even here in Infernia, but life is complicated. Is it anyone's fault? Really? Any one person? No, I don't think so. But it is not your fault. Anyway, your friend is... Well, I don't know if anyone will be able to revive him.
I see.
I certainly cannot.
And you said you sent for people in the Maleficarum for a spiritist?
Yes. Whether they come or not, that is up to them.
Thank you.
It is my job.
At this point, I kind of just can't hold it in anymore. I've kept an incredibly strong face this entire time. My eyes start pouring and I just bury my face into the bed that Enders is in until I pass out.
There's some commotion as attendants rush around and look after people. There's a lot of hushed whispers making their way about. And you can see, like, I think this sort of montage of moments, if you've ever watched like any hospital shows or anything along those lines where they just kind of speed up the camera. It looks a little bit like that, where people are getting checked on and moved around. And you see Enders just kind of still there in the bed. Barely any movement at all. And we switch scenes. Back in Scaldmir. Rue. What are you doing?
I've taken up to seeking out comfort in its limited ways with the only companion that I have, Greg. I've been following him around for the better part of an hour now, trying to find some way to communicate with him. Is there any way that you can try to find where she went? Or...
He walks over to what appears to be some like scraps, digging around for something.
I mean, there's probably like a place that she would go when she's upset, you know, maybe a regular haunt, or I don't know, a favorite bar. Where would that be, you know?
Digs out some scrap, and then you see him sort of grab what appears to be like a pen, and he starts, looks like he's drawing on some scrap.
I lean over him, casting a shadow. Whoa, what are you doing?
I'm gonna roll for it, 'cause I think this is gonna be hilarious.
Come on, Greg. I'm sure Moon has put you through art school, right? Part of your benefits?
Okay. Yeah, Greg is, it looks like he's trying to draw, he's drawing like stick figures. And one of the stick figures you think is Moon, because there's like a winged headdress on it. And
Put my finger on it. Is this Moon? And this is you? Me?
Yeah, he writes something on the paper, and you interpret it as a question mark.
Yes. Where is Moon? Where is Moon going? Exactly. Oh my god. This isn't gonna work.
There's like, that's the wrong track. There's like a few put on the sneaky
The
track.
investigation
Yeah.
begins.
No, there's like a few moments where he sort of like pokes the question mark.
Yes. I poke the question mark as well. Where's Moon?
He shakes his body.
Are you asking what happened to her? No. I sort of slump down into one of the seating in the main room. We went to a laboratory and we came across some people and some things that I don't think we were quite ready for. We found Emberstone. A lot of it. In various forms, too. Liquid. Pure crystal. Kind of like the crystal that Moon found us coming out of. We saw a man. And he poisoned her. Yeah. He injected her with Emberstone. She's not okay. I don't know how long it's gonna be in her system, but she is not okay.
Starts drawing again. This time he makes something that kind of looks like him. And you can see he draws a line between him and Moon. And then he puts an X through the middle.
I stare really hard at the piece of paper, trying to decipher this. You're not friends anymore? You had an argument? You can't reach her? I can't either. I think a little bit. I've been able to reach her a little bit, but I don't have a communication scroll, or I don't know which way she went. I don't know which way to go, Greg.
He starts drawing, and then he kind of makes stick figures of everybody in the group. Another question mark.
Oh, that's us. I don't know where they are. There was a volcano? Dragons? Probably somewhere between here and the laboratory. Do you have a map? Yeah. As Greg brings out the map, I'll drag my finger across. Okay, we were here in Drakmor, and now you and I are here in Scaldmir. They could be anywhere in between. Do you think Moon will come back? She's always come back, right?
Begins to start drawing something.
As he's drawing, I'd like to look around, perhaps noticing the state of things for the first time since I've come aboard. What does it look like?
The place is a fucking sty. It's bachelor pad levels of disgusting.
What the fuck, dude? What is...
He's drawing like furiously now.
What is that? Is that a pile of... Why is it orange? It's not supposed to be that color. Oh. Do you have any plastic bags or something? Or a broom? I begin to make piles of stuff as he's drawing, just idly cleaning up.
Yeah, like it's gross. Bachelor pad, you know, he's in for whatever reason he's in tighty whities, and yeah, I mean he looks like he was cast for The Big Lebowski. You know, just a shitty ratty bathrobe, white underpants, and his leaves have grown way too much. You know, he just hasn't trimmed them, and he's got like just mismatched socks and like mustard stains for no reason on various leaves. Yeah, just disgusting. Smells horrible.
I try to avoid smelling as much as possible. In fact, at a certain point, I pull out the cleanest looking tissue or fabric and I just plug my nose as I go about cleaning.
He's drawn something and he just kind of he shows you, and it's kind of weird and complicated. I've been trying to think how he would portray this. So, stick figure, looks like Moon. And then there's a There's like obviously tears coming down Moon's face. And she's just kind of like in what appears to be a lot of blood around her. There's like monsters and things that Greg has roughly drawn around. And Moon is just kind of like kneeling there amongst the blood and the monsters. She just looks very alone.
I crouch down beside Greg, and as I pick up the piece of paper, I hold it and I begin to gently run my fingers down the face of crying Moon. She's been sad before? Has she been sad for a long time? We were best friends, you know. Okay, before you, we were best friends. We grew up together. I used to get bullied in middle school. And on more than one occasion, she stood up for me. Yeah, doesn't seem like she's changed much in that regard since, right? I suppose this is one way that I can try to make it up to her. She's always been perfect, self-sufficient, on time, and really, really good at anything she put her mind to. What do you do for someone who's like that? You know, like, you buy them brunch. Mimosas.
There's this like sound of something sliding across the table nearby.
Over the edge of the paper, I look up at it.
Yeah, there's like a smoothie shoved towards you.
I gently put the paper down and I pull the smoothie close. And I brave a big old sniff of it.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta roll for this.
Oh my god.
Oh. It smells really good. It smells like mangoes.
Oh. I
rolled
stick my tongue.
I rolled a crit on that.
Oh, I stick my tongue into it to test it.
It doesn't taste exactly like mangoes. It probably tastes something. It tastes like a combination of a bunch of different fruit. You know, it has a mango smell, but it's you know, there's no direct comparison to the fruit that we have and they have. So it's kind of, it tastes like a mix of a bunch of different kinds of fruit. There's probably even like a little bit of an herby taste almost too. Not bad, it's just complex.
You might be onto something here, Greg. This is not bad. Thank you.
Draw something else on the paper.
I loudly and slowly slurp my slushy as I wait.
Mm-hmm. You can see he's drawn himself again, and this time there's like drops of water on him.
You need to be watered? I look around for a watering can.
Yeah, there's no water again.
I can't help you with your personal problem.
And then you see like a faucet. He draws a faucet. And you can see like his hand trying to like reach up towards it from the bottom. And there's a space in between.
Is there no running water on this ship?
He grabs you. He starts like stomping over towards the bathroom.
I am drug along.
And
Sink.
he points.
I reach over and try to turn it on.
He slaps your hand.
Hey!
He goes over to the shower. And you see the faucet. He's trying to like reach up to grab the knob for the faucet.
I reach for it. I turn it on.
Double thumbs up.
Is this why you haven't washed? You can't reach the faucet?
He sticks his arms out like pointing to everything.
My God. We need to work on the accessibility of this ship. This is violating so many standards. You know what?
Takes his underpants off while you're there. throws the bathrobe off. And he jumps into the shower.
I stand there for a bit, slurping on my smoothie, just watching.
Yep.
Okay. Fascinating. And then I leave. I close the door behind me. I make my way over to where the piloting controls are, and I try to look out through the windows, trying to find any trace of moon.
I mean, you see Scaldmir. You see Scaldmir around. I mean, you're parked as effectively at the airship docks. You know, you look out and you see the sky and the tower, and you can see Scaldmir down below.
I don't think I should move anywhere. I could try to find them, but then Moon won't be able to find me. I drop down into the pilot seat and I throw my feet up onto the console as I, slurping my smoothie, open my scroll, my communication scroll with Iris. I try to see if there have been any messages.
Iris?
I think the last one I had sent you previously was that we would come and get you, right? I think it was something like that. But at this point, I think timeline-wise, with the infirmary whack, has like time passed in the infirmary, or is it like
yeah, probably
simultaneously?
a couple hours, maybe a couple hours.
Yeah, I think with all the commotion, I probably would have woken up and at least tried to update Rue. So you would have possibly a message saying something like, we're currently in Infernia. Enders is looking bad. We might not be able to really get to you for a little bit. But we promise that we're gonna get there. I promise. We'll come for you, okay? I'm glad you're safe. We miss you. I could really use a hug right now from you. Keep us updated. That's it.
I tapped the end of my quill against the paper as I tried to consider how to reply to this. And eventually I begin scribbling back. We're in Scaldmir. Moon has left me on the airship and I'm here with Greg. It absolutely fucking stinks in here. I don't know what the fuck this little dude has been doing while we've been gone, but I'm starting to get the situation under control. I don't know where Moon is gone. I don't know where or when we're gonna see her again. But I think it might be the best course of action that I stay here because she knows where to find me. This situation's really fucked up. Moon. I scribble Moon out. Jan is not doing well. I'll keep you updated. And I dismiss the scroll.
Greg bursts forth, looking. He's back to his old self.
Did he do like an everything shower where he trimmed a little bit?
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff?
absolutely. he looks like an X, you know. He's doing like a victory pose as he jumps out from the bathroom.
A scattered applause from me. Great. You smell better. Damn.
Walks over to you. And he starts to draw again. And he draws like a rudimentary airship. And then he draws what appears to be like an arrow and a question mark.
The rest of the gang is in Infernia right now. How long do you think it'll take us to get to Infernia? Just estimate. 4 hours? 8 hours?
He starts to draw. And you can see he's drawing like dragons all around the airship.
So we should stay here.
Circles the airship and down arrow. And then he draws stick figures of the both of you. And he draws an arrow and a question mark.
You want to walk? I mean, we could. If we leave the airship here, then the Moon will know we didn't abandon her. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna need a piece of paper. I'm gonna leave her a note.
Yeah, he finds one for you.
I'm gonna scribble a private message for Moon if she comes back. I spend a good 10 minutes considering exactly what I'm going to say. I fold it. I put Jan on the outside of it. And I leave it right in the middle of this table I just cleaned, so she can't miss it. All right, well, I'm not gonna carry you. Do you have a backpack or something?
Gets a leaf backpack, puts it on.
Do you have food?
Starts to rifle through the pantry.
Yeah. I help by opening my inventory and just start sliding shit into my inventory, just emptying out the cupboards.
Yeah. It looks at you like he's got his backpack on. He looks down at his backpack.
You've got to carry your own shit, all right? I'm not going to be your bag girl. I close my inventory and I walk away. All right. Good to go?
Starts drawing on the paper.
I tap my foot as I'm waiting.
Yeah. He stops like midway through. Thanks. Starts drawing again. You can see him starting to draw like he's drawing moon again. And you can see like you can see what looks to be like moon. And he points towards your neck. And then he points towards drawing. And you can see it looks like moon strangling somebody. Like you on the drawing. And a question mark.
I grab the paper and I rip it in half. I don't know what you're trying to say here, but let's not talk about that. Yeah? Do you want to leave her a note or something?
He walks over to what appears to be like a notebook. He opens it up, and there's a bunch of drawings in here.
My ears perk up as I realize that this might be something somewhat private. And I try to lean over and have a look.
Sure. Make an insight. Open check.
5.
Okay. You see some of it. You don't really get a good picture of what it is. He's kind of like turning the pages too fast. You can definitely see like rudimentary scribbles of moon, him, the airship. Maybe quick peeks at all of you, but you couldn't really grasp what was happening on any pages as he's flipping through. He finds like an open page and tears it out and starts drawing on it. He draws a picture of the both of you. And a picture of moon. And he draws I guess just like a path and an arrow. And he leaves it on the table.
Yeah. That'll work. All right. Do you have any money? How much? Because I only have 15.
Greg has like a little coin purse. You know? It's just like a little coin purse, and it looks like it's I think just a small shrub. And he like opens it up Like a moth, like flies out of it. Turns it upside down. Some lint falls out.
Great. Okay. Right. Maybe we pick up a quest or something along the way there. Let's go.
You begin to disembark the airship, making your way out into Scaldmir once again. Where do you go?
East.
You're just gonna leave Scaldmir.
I have no money. I can't understand this dude. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I'm probably gonna rob some people. That's my plan.
Okay, well, you're in Scaldmir. Are you trying to rob anybody in Scaldmir? Or are you...
Yes, I try to rob someone as I'm heading east.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. All right. Give me, let's see here. I think I'm gonna need a couple rolls. I'm gonna, let's see. We're gonna do a clock here. Basically, this is gonna be a clock for your, travel funds. Okay. We're gonna make this 4 segments, I think. We're gonna make this
Great.
4 segments, a 4-segment clock of you rushing around trying to rob people to get money to travel. You got travel funds.
I will say, I do look for a quest board. Whether or not I actually take any quests might depend on what's on it, but I do make an effort. I want to make sure that is put on record.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, quest boards, I mean, there's, in Scaldmir, I'll tell you what, make an insight, open check. See what you get.
18.
Holy shit! Yeah,
All
absolutely.
the quests.
So I think I'll put this on you. Not overtax my GM brain. What do you imagine is here in Scaldmir that relates to a quest board? This is a trade town. This is like a shipping town. You know, they've got a lot of different kinds of merchants and people coming in here. What do you think is here?
There's definitely a thieves guild. There's definitely some petty crime where things go missing. Maybe someone needs some items relocated. Definitely delivery quests. There's so many delivery quests here.
I meant more along the lines of like, where do you think you pick this stuff up?
Oh. Right in the smack middle of the marketplace.
Okay, so there's a job board maybe. There's just a job board like it's like a bulletin board kind of a thing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, so they might have something probably like the equivalent of a I imagine like when you exit the airship dock tower, which is very awkward by the way, because you didn't like come up the tower. You just appeared here. And there was no like you didn't have to like sign in, get back on the airship. So there were probably like a bunch of questions when you had to leave, but ultimately you had your visa and they let you go. It's still a mystery how the fuck you got there. And there's definitely some like questions that were getting thrown around, and you got detained probably for like 10 minutes or so just answering questions like how the hell you got there, etc. But you make your way back down into Scaldmir, and you look at the job board, and there's just a job board by, I imagine, probably like a tavern or an inn. They probably have like a job board or something outside for local stuff. And there's a lot of this is a very busy place and kind of a big, not like a super huge city or anything, but it's a pretty big city. And there's a bunch of shit that's just kind of posted there. And I think that there's let's see here.
There's a marry my beautiful daughter quest for 10,000 zenit.
Marry my daughter for 10,000 free zenit. I imagine that there is all different kinds of shit. There's some that are like blue collar, like just labor jobs. Okay, what are you looking for?
I immediately skip anything that requires me to move anything heavy. I am open to delivery quests, depending on how heavy it is. Even though I can throw it into my inventory, it's just the principle of it. But, I'll look for some more intriguing things. Something that'll stimulate my mind and my charisma.
Like arson.
Yeah.
You're looking for something that you can use your charisma for.
No, Whack. Anything that... And I'm desperate here, okay? I'll take anything. I just don't want to carry shit.
Literally has a bag of holding built in to her character and doesn't want to carry anything. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, there's a job up for let's see. You can see there's something about wyverns. Yeah, you can see like lost cargo. You can see there's something about like a chef losing something like a crate of food. You can see there's something for a alchemical. There's like an alchemical substance that vanished en route. You can see that there is
Any lost kittens or anything like that? Save the cat from the tree?
Yeah, there's something from the local fishermen. There's something that says a beautiful sea lady stole all their catch and cursed their hooks.
I snatched that one off the job board.
Yoink.
Hmm.
And it says, it says, go see
Priscilla.
I love that you think this isn't going to be some crusty guy.
Fucking Huckleberry.
This is going to be, it's going to be
Adam.
literally Krusty is in the name. It's going to be Krusty John.
Sorry to all the Johns out there.
Krusty
Okay.
John, and there's like an address that's scrawled there
All right, Greg.
on the dock.
we found our
It's like
first
on the
mission.
docks.
Look, we're gonna need some funds. Okay? You literally lost your single moth that you had, and I only have 15 zenit, and that's not gonna take us anywhere. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see this beautiful, probably extremely busty mermaid. And, do a little bit of persuasion if we need to. But first we need to see this Crusty John guy. You with me? Do you have any weapons? I open my inventory and I give Greg a gun.
Immediately, like, looks at it, trying to figure out what it is.
Hey,
Points it in
don't
his eye.
point. No. I grab it, I pull it away. You hold it like this. And I'd like to spend about 20 minutes teaching Greg proper gun control and etiquette. You don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to kill, all right?
Immediately puts his finger on the trigger.
No! I threaten to slap him. You know what? I take the gun back. I snatch it out of his hands. And I give him a bronze sword.
Takes the bronze sword.
Yeah, that's fine. You look cool, Greg. As I begin walking towards the address, I mutter to myself, he's gonna get himself killed. I wonder if he respawns.
So, you make your way down onto the docks. You can see, like, I mean, there's plenty of people moving through here. This place is packed. This is just about dinner time, right? So this is, like, probably the last, like, major traffic before the end of the workday. You can already smell, you can smell all kinds of food, by the way. You know, this place, you know, it's the docks, so it's got that fish stank by the docks, but it's also, you can also smell food and stuff being grilled and cooked. You can smell like all different kinds of grilled fish and stuff. And yeah, I mean, you can probably.
As a pet, that fish stank is heaven.
Yeah.
Greg, I need you to help me stay strong. We only have 15 Senate. We've got food in our inventory. We can't. No, we can't. Okay, come on, Greg. Come on, Greg. I grab the nearest person. Do you know where I can find Krusty John?
Oh, Krusty John.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's right down there by the docks. There's like, you see the one building over there that's kind of.
Okay, great. I just walk away from him.
I thought you wanted to know where Krusty John was.
Hey, I gently poke my boot against the person who's building something. Are you John?
What? No, I'm not John.
Where can I find Krusty John?
Over there. Points, sort of waves with his hand over towards the left.
I go left.
Yep.
I go up to the closest person. Hey, are you Krusty John?
Do I look like a Krusty John to you?
Where's Krusty John?
Five's in it, and I'll tell you.
Fuck no. Tell me where John is.
No.
I turn around and to the nearest other person. Hey, do you know where I can find Krusty John?
Five's in it.
No.
Well,
I walk away.
seems like you're gonna have some trouble finding Krusty John then.
I walk more left. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, do you know where I can find Krusty John?
What? Krusty John? I don't know who that is.
Thank you. I look at the quest again. I look around for a fishery.
Sure. There's plenty of them.
I go.
You see at least three of them in your field of vision right now.
I walk to the closest one. I stick my head inside the building. Excuse me, is Krusty John here?
Excuse me. Work's out for the day.
Excuse me. A few people are like filing out as you try to like walk in.
Krusty John! Krusty John!
Everybody's just
Krusty
walking
John!
by you. Yep.
Greg, do you have any ideas?
He points to the paper, then points down by the docks, and then he says,
Yeah. You lead. I'll follow.
starts walking confidently, still waving the sword around, by the way.
Yes, I stand behind him.
Hey, watch it! Hey!
Yep. He's waving it around. There's probably like a yelp.
Yep.
Somebody like
on
holding
your
their
way.
leg in the background.
Yep. You gotta watch where you're going. Mm-hmm. Good job, Greg.
Yep. And he eventually leads you to this, this sort of ramshackle looking building.
I knock on the door.
Immediately, the door flies open. There is this dirt-covered, greasy, like, you see like a mop of smattering of like curly hair, like a little bit of a jaundiced face. Instantly reeks of booze as soon as the door is open.
Hello. What can I help you with?
Hi. Do you know where I can find Krusty John?
Oh, Krusty John.
Great. Do you remember this? And I unfurl the quest note.
You gotta help me out, lad. What are you showing me here?
This is a quest posted on the job board to do with cursed hooks and
Right. Yeah, that's right. Some of the fishes that I employ say this beautiful sea lady stole all their cash and cursed their hooks. Need you to find out. Sorry. Need you to find out. Who's responsible, what's responsible, and maybe see if you get your curse broke.
Okay. I can definitely go about that. What's the reward? It's not written on here.
Yeah. I was told they normally negotiate for things like that.
500 zenit.
Oh, you're
I look at
serious? Greg is laughing too. He's just
300 zenit.
make an insight and willpower check.
7.
He's still laughing.
275, and I'm not going any lower.
That's funny. Sorry, the catch ain't worth that much.
All right, take your stupid piece of paper. I throw the quest at him.
200.
I look at Greg. What do you think, buddy?
Shrugs.
All right. I bend over and I pick up the paper. I dust it off.
Yeah.
You got yourself a deal.
No good. So the fishermen, they own that boat over there. probably catch a few before they done for the day. Almost
What are
dinner
their
time.
names?
Oh,
Write some shit down on a piece of paper.
there you go.
Can I read it?
Barely.
I hand it to Greg.
Yeah, there's like a few names on there.
All right. And I turn around and I begin to leave.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
If you're like weird, what why do I see there's like floaty bits about you?
Come on, man. Don't be racist. My tail just flicks irritably behind me. I just leave.
What is this?
All right, Greg.
I didn't
Gotta
want to be
find
like
this
my father.
boat.
Okay.
I'll begin to lead Greg towards the boat.
You head towards the boat, which is, I think it's probably like, the Blue Snapper or something along those lines. It's a fishing boat. You can see a bunch of fishing nets hung up on the side and whatnot as you begin to head up. Meanwhile, we rejoin Iris and Bo. You've been resting for a few hours here, Iris and Bo. And finally, there is some commotion as a spiritist from the Maleficarum enters the infirmary. This person is and you can see that they are elven. They don't have your typical elven features here, and they don't seem to be wearing any sort of clothing that delineates them as Elendrath or Syntharan. They're made up in sort of like, I think they're wearing just kind of some pretty impressive looking robes, Iris. It's a woman. She has her hair kind of like slicked back, and it's very plain, like straight, just kind of slicked back and plain. And she has like very high, like sharp features, like sharp cheekbones, sort of a hatchet face, kind of, you know, very sunken cheeks and like sharp features.
Super angular.
Yeah. Juliana greets her as she enters, and she says,
Hello, Professor Drosk.
Juliana?
I heard that there are some visitors.
Yes, Professor. And heroes, nonetheless.
Yes. One of them is badly injured. I think he is in some sort of coma. Barely any breathing. I can barely see his chest rise occasionally. He looks almost dead.
this woman approaches Enders and she begins to examine him. She will begin to cast a spell. And as she does so, she casts spells in a very different way than you do, Iris. You can see that she has a staff, and You can see there are veins of various colors running through it. The wood begins to like creak and such as she uses this power. She begins to draw something in the air with 2 fingers, moving about. And it looks like she is almost carving symbols into the air. And as she weaves the spell, you can start to see what appears to be various colors hovering around Ender's body. They're very muted in color. You can see, like, everything is very desaturated, these colors. It looks like mostly gray throughout. And she says,
He is in some sort of coma, yes. I assume you have tried potions. None of them seem to be working. I don't expect so. He has a concussion, a bad one. His jaw has been set, but it is broken badly. His heart rate is very low. Blood pressure is down. And there is something else troubling his mind.
she begins to weave the spell around his head. And you can see it's sort of changes a little bit. The colors swirl around. It's almost like lava lamp. They're sort of mushing around together and moving about, but they never quite mix. Colors swirling about. And this area gets more detailed. And she says,
I don't imagine that any of this would work. Your friend, he is not simply just injured and in a coma. He is barely here, barely there. He is stuck between life and death.
Is there anything we can do?
There's
you
always
mean
something
his
you can
soul?
do. If I had to summarize, he is lost.
How do we find him? I say, peeking from under my blanket in the bucket.
There are
Wait, is he
various
right there?
rituals, of course. They are not simple matters, however.
Okay, but what?
Yes. What kind of ritual? Is it something that a spiritist could do? Is it something that we can assist you with?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
She begins to walk over to you. She grabs you roughly by the hand. She pulls down your sleeve.
Scarring. Magic circuit. Strain.
Those won't go away.
They won't?
No. It is a mark of the foolish, the untrained.
Ooh, you gonna take that lying down or sitting up?
I am untrained. But my friends needed me. If I didn't strain myself, they would have died.
If you had done your job better, perhaps they wouldn't be in that place in the first place.
I think this is one of the few times you would ever see a slight flash of anger on Iris's face. But I swallow it. So, what does this mean then? Does this mean that I can't help? Does this mean that...
It means that everything comes at a cost. What are you prepared to lose?
For my friends?
Yeah?
Everything.
We shall see. Bring him to the tower.
She motions towards Juliana.
I will see my attendants do it immediately, Professor. Good. I've spoken with the Archmage. I've let him know that heroes are here in Infernia. The Archmagister is not happy about what has happened to the Vanguard. We are already in crisis here in Infernia. The Academy itself is threatened.
By the creatures on the outside?
To say the least. But not directly, not yet. The fact that you are here at all is not a normal thing. You must understand everyone that lives in Infernia. Everyone is here for a purpose. They are here by privilege, not right. The Empress has allowed you here for now. But it is not without reason. Do you understand?
I look between my arm that she's exposed, and I look at Enders, and I look at Bo, and then I look back at her, and I nod. I think so.
Good. Then we can talk about how to potentially save your friend. Follow me.
Oh, are you able to walk on your own? Or do
I
you
say,
need a
or
backpack you?
I move the handle of the pail up and down. It kind of squeaks annoyingly. Then I point the handle of the pail towards Iris.
I'll go ahead and I'll reach down and I'll grab the bucket. The pail, pardon me, wouldn't want to call it a bucket.
It's
Yeah.
not plastic or wood. It is metal. It's a pail.
Yes, sir.
Still bad. It's too bad that Bo is still a little too weak to ride on your head.
Huh.
I need mine.
How? Wait, what? How am I in two places at once? Listeners on Spotify and other places? Is that a bow beanie?
It is a bow beanie. Yes. It is. Yes, it's on our merch store. Head on over to merch.tablestory.tv where you can pick up your very own bow beanie or check it out. Look at it at least. Pick one
Bo
up.
has broken the fourth wall in order to sit upon wax cranium.
So,
It's moist.
that's the way we'll sell it. That's just the tagline. It's moist. So you follow Professor Drosk to the Maleficarum. Maleficarum is a pretty cool looking tower. It has magic sort of swirling about it. And you can see like I'm sorry, that's the wrong track. We want this one. The magic is sort of swirling about it, and it doesn't look like it would be enough for like an academy of students to like to be here. It's just kind of, it looks kind of like just kind of a weird, strange looking tower. It's very tall. It's the tallest building here in Infernia, and it's kind of in the central part of the town. When you approach, Professor Drosk begins to do more spell weaving. You can hear the staff creak again as she casts the spells. The doors open after she seems to be done casting a spell. And there's just kind of this smoke that kind of rolls out from the doors. It almost looks like somebody's been using liquid nitrogen behind them. And you can't really see inside. And she says, "Follow me."
She sounds like a door.
I have to stifle the meanest laugh because that's so fucked up. I shake the bucket a little bit. I mean, the pail. And I keep walking.
You're not sick too, are you?
I'm going to be if you keep making jokes like that.
Jokes?
So, you enter into the Maleficarum. As you do, you realize that you have stepped through some kind of portal. Because when you enter, it becomes significantly more impressive. Purple lights swirl about this place. Candelabras sit along the walls. There's not a lot of people inside, but the view feels like it changes. You can see there are stained glass, tall arched windows inside. Various blues and purples and greens kind of making their way through the windows. But the color inside here, the ambiance is kind of purplish. It has those colors sort of reflecting off the various walls and such. There's some people walking around. It's not like a million students or anything rushing to get to class or anything like that in here. There's more a few people that give you looks as you begin to walk in. They see the professor, though, and you can see a few of them kind of look a bit wide-eyed as they see the professor. And there are varying ages. You can see some people that are on the younger side, maybe in their like early 20s. And then you can see some other people of different races, different species here in Regalia. You can see that there is actually probably, you might have only seen a few since you have arrived, even in major towns. But you see some of the other peoples of Regalia here. You see that there are in fact some dwarves moving about. You can see some elves. You can see some Luminara and Marin making their way around.
Now, seeing how the students reacted to the professor being in the vicinity, do I get the idea that they're shocked to see them? Or do I get the idea that the students are more so like, oh, we gotta stay out of her way?
You don't even have to roll for this. They look like they're trying to avoid the professor. Sure.
I thought so.
It's more like they try not to cross. It's like a
Wide berth.
a reverse black cat situation, you know, like they're trying to stay out of her way, like just parting, you know, to get out of her way. And yeah, you're kind of led up some stairs, and this place, you immediately get the impression that this place is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. The professor leads you up some stairs and into what appears to be an office. There is a roaring fire, magical light up above, books all around.
Does anything look edible?
I mean, there's furniture here. It doesn't.
Oh,
I mean, it's
how
like.
old does the furniture look?
Oh yeah, I mean, it looks pretty old. It's like well kept, but it looks very expensive.
Is there any like peeling wood on the walls or
Definitely
wallpaper?
not.
Okay.
Stone. There's like stone, and it's just expensive looking furniture. There's a lot of papers and stuff that are piled up on various desks and things.
Okay. Noted.
I think I pause before we step in. It's breathtaking. And I'll take a deep breath and step after the professor, and I'll plop the pail down so that Bo doesn't have to be wiggled around a lot.
I stay put.
Is this your office?
Yes.
Wow,
Don't touch anything.
of course. I eye the bucket. Or the pail, I should say.
You see a tendril already crawling out of the bucket and going towards the nearest book or piece of paper
I
folded
stomp
somewhere.
on the tendril.
Too soon! And the tentacle snaps back to the bucket or the pail.
And she says,
Attendants, put the body down there.
points towards the floor, basically. Iris, as you look down, you can actually see that there appears to be a ritual circle underneath the carpet. One of the attendants begins to roll up the carpet.
Oh. I'm assuming this appears to be some very high-level stuff.
Give me an insight. Open
Is
check.
this an open check? Might I use focused?
You can.
19 critical. That's
What-
an opportunity, I guess.
What would you like your opportunity to be?
Oh, let's see here. There are a lot of very good things that could happen here. Ooh, favor would be good. But so would advantage, because that would help possibly with Anders.
Mm-hmm.
I think as much as I want support and admiration, that I'm going to go ahead and I will go with, Ooh, okay. I am between advantage and information here, actually.
Explain why.
Well, advantage, I think perhaps whatever we're going to do ritualistically for Enders, a bonus would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I realize that I've seen this somewhere or something in order to grant us such a bonus. And then information is similar too, I suppose, to that regard. I'll just go with advantage, I think. I'll do that. A +4 on whatever roll that we're going to need to make for taking care of Enders.
Okay, advantage. Okay. Fair enough. So, this ritual circle is very elaborate. You can tell that it was kind of built into the floor when this office was made. This is definitely a place where some like high-level magic can be cast. But the fact that it's just kind of on the floor of her office is... it's the equivalent of having a golden toilet. You know, it's like unnecessary. Like, why? You know, there's all these books here and shit. Like, some of the rituals that you can imagine people trying to perform, you need more space. You need, like, there needs to be some, like, it should ultimately be in a bigger space, and it should be, like, in a place that's not really hampered by a lot of other things.
Right, like the hall we did the ritual in at the very beginning.
Yep.
In Koga.
Yep.
This is very intricate.
Thank you.
Huh.
Now, attendants, you may leave us.
Looking
Now
up,
also,
you can see that there is a crystal that is providing light to the room. There's various magical wisps moving about it.
now with the 19 I rolled, can I tell if that ritual circle is usable or if it's just for show?
It's definitely usable. It's just awkward. It's like, why would you put it in here? You know,
It's like having it in an apartment in Manhattan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, oh, you know, like, oh, no, we've got a full kitchen. I can open up the refrigerator. Like, you know, it's one of those kinds of situations.
Is
And what were you going to say, Bo?
the crystal emberstone, or is it something else?
It is not Emberstone.
Are there any loose crystals lying about anywhere?
Make an insight. Open check.
Inside, open check. Let's see, rolling 6.
Nope.
The pail sits palingly.
You can all feel Meyer's inner loot goblin just crying. So the professor then sits down at her chair, like nonplussed about this entire situation, you know? Just kind of sits down. And you can see she's making herself comfortable. She's got like a what looks to be like a glass of wine. She's sort of snaps her fingers a little bit, and you can see that the fireplace is sort of stoking itself. You know, like it's just kind of the logs inside kind of move around a little bit, gets a little bit brighter, a little bit warmer in here.
Ah, that's better. Now, your friend. Have a seat.
And she motions, and like two chairs like squeak across the floor, almost hitting Enders, by the way, like as they squeak across the floor. Like squeak. Sit down.
I have a seat.
What are your names?
Well, I am Iris Lith, or Iris for short.
Elendrath.
Do they look at the pail and ask me the question?
She did ask names. What are your names?
Oh, hi.
You don't see that very often.
What?
A slime talking.
Why is that? Do you see many slimes?
More than you think.
Oh. I see. Well, you don't see many purple glowy rooms very often. So, you know, swings and roundabouts.
Your friend is trapped between, as I said. What is his name?
Enders.
What is your involvement with the Savior?
I sort of, purse my lips a bit and try to think of how to phrase it. Well, we have been friends with her for a very long time. I don't know what exactly is going on with her at present, but she's still our friend that we'd like to help. I just don't know how we're going to, after what she's done.
She's got a touch of the squishies right now.
What does that mean?
I mean, she tried to squish me. And she did. She succeeded.
She killed 2 of our friends, and I lift my hand. That's why I have this.
You brought them back.
Yes.
What level of a spiritist are you?
Do you mean actual level? As in points?
Yes.
10.
She sits back in her chair.
Impossible. From my understanding, you have only been on Regalia for about a month.
I don't really know how to explain it.
Does the way that they say that, by the way, is that peculiar? That they know that we've only been in the world for a month? They sound very PC to me.
Yeah, asking about levels and stuff.
Well, not even levels. I can imagine, like, you know, it's just like a weird thing in the world where it's like, oh, we were level 4 in the Mages Guild, and it's actually level 4 in the game, and that kind of thing, and that's just how they think. But they think that we're table talking so much right now, but they just said, right? You've been in Regalia for a month. So, what does that mean? Where do they think you're from? Anyway, that's that.
And how
Bo
do
is
they know?
humming and humming from his pot right now. Pail. Container of metal.
How did you do it? You might have some talent. Level 10 spiritist. Do you know how few there are?
No?
I know. one level 10 spiritist
Is it her?
that can cast that spell.
One.
One.
I kind of slump in my chair. I don't know how I did it. I just did it. I saw them dead and I wanted them not dead. And I pulled from everything that I had.
With no training. Heroes are interesting creatures, aren't they?
I suppose. It's almost as though I willed it into existence, but my body sort of got controlled by that will. I don't really know how to explain it other than it just felt natural. But it hurt a lot.
Good. Do you know how hard I have had to work to achieve this level of power?
You're the other one. The one you know.
I am. How many years it took?
How long have you been playing?
What I have gone through?
She stands up and slams her hands down on the desk.
And you have done this in a month.
Obviously not very well. And I hold up my arm. This happening to me does not devalue your
She
hard
pulls
work.
down her sleeves. You see similar scars.
You have them too.
Yes. But not from what you have done. My own foolish mistakes.
Wanting to become better in order to have a power that can help people is
It is
not
foolish.
foolish.
Yes, it is. I ask you about the cost you are willing to pay, because I know it well. You may be able to reach your friend with the use of a ritual. It will not be easy. If you both partake in this ritual, it may help.
All right.
But I warn you, you will go to the place between to find him. From what I have learned, if one is trapped in the place between, they are there for a reason. I do not know what this reason is. He may be bound. Or worse.
You have not been before, or have you? You have so much knowledge, it seems.
I have not been. I have read on it. It is too dangerous for the head spiritist, to venture forth. I am needed here.
Well, he needs me. And, oh, if he's interested.
Hmm?
If you want to help.
I mean, sure, right? We're helping Enders? Why would I not help Enders?
It's very risky, apparently.
If you are lost in the place between, you may never return. Much like your friend.
I mean, with all due respect, if we don't save Enders, then, and we get lost anyway, we have nothing to come back to anyway, so what does it matter?
That is for you to decide. I merely provide you with the information I know. For you to make your choice.
We'll do it.
So easily.
Yes.
Yes.
It's how she leveled so fast.
Very well. Then we shall speak on what I require for the service.
All right.
I do not require money. I have plenty. I will require something else. I need the experience. I need to record all of this information. I need your help in the future as well.
And is this something that you plan on letting us know in the future, I assume?
Yes. You are the only other spiritist I know that is capable of casting this spell of hope. You may be useful to me. I ask for a favor of my choosing. For anything that I ask for.
Caveat: as long as it's not evil or requires us to kill people or eat them. The last part's really important.
What is evil?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Villainous. Anything villainous.
Same question.
I mean, villains are kind of like, what's a hero? I'm a hero. You can tell what a villain is. Because I asked a guy and he was like, of course I know what a villain is. So you must know what a villain is. And I don't think you're a villain right now. But if you will ever plan on doing villainy things, maybe perhaps think again. But, I suppose side quest, bad mumbo jumbo adjacent stuff is fine. I kind of churn towards Iris and shrug my handle.
I'm looking at Enders. And my eyes drift back towards the professor. And I nod. Done.
Then let us begin. First, we must cover him in the required runes.
She points towards a book on the shelf nearby Iris, and she says,
The purple book. Get that one.
I scurry and I grab it.
Now, I'm going to need you to paint these runes upon him, and they must be precise. First, you're going to have to make sure that you place the dots here, and then swirl around here.
She begins to detail this information to you over the next hour or so. Sort of doing this while the runes are being drawn. And she says,
Now, one of the most important factors here is that I do not know how long this will take. You may be gone for a few moments. You may be gone for longer.
Okay. I'll need to write to someone or other companion before we go. It'll be quick.
Yes, prepare yourself however you like. We will begin the ritual in the morning.
Okay.
For now, he appears to be stable. I will continue the runes. We will meet here in the morning to begin
Alright.
this ritual. And our bargain will be struck. Do not thank me yet. I do not know what will happen to you or your friend. The last time that a hero was in Infernia was... maybe 7 years? I know that you being here signals something difficult will be happening to Regalia once again.
Ooh,
Harbingers, huh?
Harbingers.
A good word.
GM,
yes?
Questus Logus, what does it say?
Ooh.
Yeah, so I have to make this. I didn't make this beforehand and I just forgot. But the quest will be something along the lines of like, you will have a new quest here that will pop up, and it'll be something along the lines of venture in between.
Oh, also, the quest for help or don't help Moon. What happened to that? Did it change? Did it update? Like, were there
Hasn't
rewards
updated-
attached to that?
Hasn't updated at all. It's still just a bunch of question marks.
Huh. Okay.
The Emberstone theft quest is 6 of 8 with the return the Emberstone shipment.
I see.
I also tilt my head before we begin to head off, and I turn to the professor. Professor, there were, in the facility that we had everything happen in, there was a man named Deverick.
Am I
And
supposed
he
to know
mentioned-
who that is?
You don't? Okay. And the name Azuka doesn't matter to you either?
Why would it?
Are they lying?
Insight and insight. Open check.
15.
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you know of anyone who would know of any other heroes or anything of that nature? From a long time ago?
I assume the Archmagister would.
The Archmagister.
But one doesn't simply talk to the Archmagister unless they get into his good graces by other means.
I'll smirk. Well, I suppose let's try and make a little bit of history first. I look down at Enders.
Tomorrow morning, contact your friend, and we shall begin the ritual.
Very well. I'll pick up Bo's bucket.
There will be rooms for you. We will see to it they won't be dorm rooms. You understand? Those are reserved for our students. You will, in fact, have some... maybe a broom closet, I'll see.
Well, it's better than nothing. And for any magical supplies or anything like that, potions and things, are there any markets or anything, or anywhere you would suggest we pick things up?
Yes. There are several. They provide things for many of the students and the Ashwing Vanguard. There are several. The Volatile Vellum, the Ashen Aether, the Blazeward Smithery, the Whim of the Ember Collar. She begins to write some of these down for you.
Thank you.
There is a section in the items tab that should be visible, called Infernia items.
Ooh.
A bunch of rare items available here in Infernia, and
Ooh.
also all the basic items as well.
Ooh, excellent.
You can do
A
shopping
lot of
later.
things we can't afford, yeah. Perfect.
If only Moon didn't have all my money.
So, she sends you on your way to kind of do what you have to do. Do you write to Rue?
Yes.
Okay.
I basically, whenever we get situated, I sit down and I write to Rue. Riley, we've been given asylum here in Infernia. We're staying in the Maleficarum. It's a big tower with lots of arcane runes on it, and it's quite splendid inside. We're going to try to help Enders, but it is going to be very dangerous. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll make our way back to you with him. I promise. Stay safe, and if you need anything, come to Infernia. Let them know that Iris sent you. Then I'll close the scroll and put it back in my inventory.
Okay. Do you write anything back, Rue?
There is a string of incoherent messages that can equate to just bitching. Bitching about how incredibly useless some of these NPCs are, about how she is struggling to find a job, and apparently there might be a hot mermaid involved. But then the messages go quiet for a bit, and there is a long pending ... until I write, I hope Enders is okay. Talk to you soon.
I'll reply to that and say, it sounds like your adventures are quite exciting. We'll make sure he's okay. Talk to you soon.
Morning rolls around. We can do shopping and stuff off the stream here. But you have gotten your rest, and you are ready to meet up with the professor, barring any other things that you wish to do.
Yeah, the only things I really would have done were head to the market to prepare. Try to haggle a little bit because we're kind of broke at the moment too. Specifically because we kind of need a few things, but see. But other than that, we arrive promptly.
Okay. So, you walk in the door of the professor's office. The, body of Enders is still there, still on the floor. The runes finished up.
Shall we begin?
Yes, let us begin. This ritual is complicated. The in-between is a place of, from what I have heard and read about, it is a place mostly devoid of things. Place of emptiness. A place of emotion. I do not know what you will feel when you are there, but I imagine it will be related to what your friend is feeling. Prepare your minds. Think about all of the pleasant memories that you have of them. Clear your minds of doubt. Think only of success and how you will return.
As she says these things, you can hear that familiar creaking of the staff. And she says,
Light the candles. And when the final one is lit, the ritual will begin.
I'll go ahead and I'll light the first two. And I'll look to Bo. Together?
Okay. How?
I'll grab your pseudopod.
Whoop.
And I'll put it on. I'm assuming we have some sort of other candle or something that we're using to light the others, or a match.
up to you.
I think perhaps I would have taken one of the candles that she has around her office. To light the others.
Yeah, sure.
And we light it together.
Okay. She's beginning to draw similar runes in the air. She begins to draw them around you.
These are the runes of binding. You are binding your essence to each other. It should feel like you are holding hands.
I wonder what that feels like.
And with that, You may light the final candle.
I'll look over to Bo.
Hmm?
You
I look
ready?
up. Mm-hmm. As I ever have been. Will be.
We make a good team, you know.
Well, I mean, you're a healer and I'm like, DPS slash, tank hybrid, so it makes sense staying in a small encounter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
And with that, we'll light the final candle.
You light the final candle. And it feels almost like the air pressure changes around you. Flames all go out on the candles and the fireplace. Certain runes begin to illuminate in the air, and you can see matching runes illuminate on Ender's skin. And you hear a professor sort of fade away as you feel your eyes close. Do not doubt yourself. Everything goes white. You feel yourselves, and your stomach sort of feels like you're almost on a roller coaster. It has that feeling of going up and down, like you're traveling. You open your eyes, and you both just kind of see this empty white space all around you. Feels like you're standing on the ground. There is no ground. What do you do?
Looking around, do we see or sense any sort of life?
Make an insight. This is a group check.
Okay.
I'm particularly looking for Ender's aura, if I can.
Okay. Difficulty will be 14.
14.
Ooh, I rolled an 8 failure, so I can't really help in this.
Now, I did have a +4 from the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. You can
Is that what we're
absolutely
applying
add
this
that.
to? Yeah. 16.
Okay.
Success.
Enders, what do you feel like right now?
Lost. Confused. Angry. Sad.
You
Invigorated. All at once.
you feel you don't see things, you don't hear these things. None of your senses normally pick this up, but you feel these emotions course through you when you turn and look around.
Enders?
More
Enders.
things.
Enders, we're here. It's Iris. And Bo.
Hi.
Give us a sign.
Eyes. I
No.
fall into a ball. Need a position and turn myself in my mind.
Frank, it's Jean.
There it is again. That name. Out of here!
Marco!
Do I sense any sort of spiritual draw anywhere?
Yes, you do. It's hard to give you a direction. You just kind of feel yourself drawn in one way, and you just start to walk.
I'll head toward it.
There's this walk that happens, and time is weird here. It feels like you're left like a long time to feel all these different emotions, and they are sort of coursing through you. It's like the equivalent of someone talking through a sock, you know? Everything is still happening, it's just a bit muted, as your body is almost like a filter for it.
And what is it that I'm feeling? If I'm absorbing or feeling something that Enders is feeling, is it anger? Is it pain? Is it anxiety?
Everything. But most of all, vengeance.
You start to see something different now in this endless sea of white. You see a cobblestone on the ground where you're walking. Another cobblestone. You start to form into a path. You can see this cobblestone path begin to emerge before you. Something's wrong, though. There's drops of blood upon the cobbles. And at the end of this path, a sturdy wooden door sits.
I look to Bo.
I look back.
Is this where we're feeling him?
Do I feel him at all, GM?
You're feeling these same sort of feelings.
I suppose so. It feels like a Rotten Tomatoes review in here, you know? Angry. Sad. Angry, sad.
Yes. I will take a step towards the door. Enders. Open the door.
Please make an insight and willpower check. This is a group check.
Difficulty?
Enders, what do you think the difficulty should be here?
14.
Man, his mind palace is strong. Insight, willpower, loyalty. Oh, no, I guess that's 10, technically. I don't know how to add my things.
That's if you succeed, I would get the bonus.
Right, but
You didn't succeed.
because
don't
I
get
don't
the
know how
buff.
to add my second thingy.
Should just get done automatically. If you succeeded, it would have had it.
I have 2 bonds, I think, with Iris, but I only have 1 on my sheet.
Oh,
I haven't...
so it's not going to add. It adds to my roll, not yours.
Oh, okay. All right. Brain work. Okay, cool.
So it would have been like a plus. You get 1 for success and then 2 for our bond, so it would be 3 bonus if you succeed.
Right. Never mind then. You've got it anyway. Go.
You can also, if you do want to succeed, if you wanted to, you don't have to. You can use a Fabula point to invoke our bond in order to add to your roll.
Right. What if I already used my Fabula points to make cat piss appealing to dragons?
19 success.
Holy shit. Okay. Enders, how does the door open?
It creaks open, and then it slams to the wall, leading to a darker room.
From outside, there is no wall or structure, only this door. But inside, as it slams open, you can see darkness inside.
Air will gust out of the hole of the wall or the room. Hot. Steam.
Am I able to, in this plane of existence, so to speak, am I able to conjure any sort of light in my hand? Or using my staff?
How do you do that? Or how do you try to do that, I should say?
I have the spell Lux. Now, normally it's an offensive spell, but it does create light.
Okay.
Can I argue that my staff lights up and I'll spend the mana for it?
Sure.
Okay. 10 mana. My staff lights up, and I look to Bo, and I nod, and I take a step forward.
I follow.
What do they see inside?
The light bounces off of the darkness, but has form to it. A path that leads to steps. Do you follow that path?
Unwaveringly, yes. Without
Each
hesitation.
Each step you take, a dim lit purple light will light up like candles. There is a tall stone of some sort. You realize it's the back of it, not the front. You walk around to the front.
Is that where I'm sensing you? Why do?
You notice that the slab has handles, a tall arcing back. A body sits sloped over, almost like a throne. Do you light the last candle?
Yes. Enders.
More lies.
I wouldn't lie to you. I never have.
And you will seek truth within the blade.
Careful what you do with that thing. It's sharp. Well, it looks sharp.
Understand.
Extend your arm.
My arm?
All that seeks the throne of the hero must pay homage in blood.
I don't seek the throne, I seek my friend.
I don't have arms or blood.
He is of the throne. Seeks homage of blood.
I extend my hand.
Ugh.
Good.
涙の色はエメラルドブルー宝石みたいに光ってる流れ星を見上げていたあの夜も